Pause. Stop.
Pracho, can you listen to me?
Assalamualaikum, ma'am.
Hashi, Waalaikumsalam. Saima, how are you? Alhamdulillah, fine. Are you okay, Saima? You are sick, how much I know. Saima cannot listen to me. Pracho and Hashi can, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Saima.
Yes, miss. I can hear you right now.
Okay, very good. Okay, so are you okay now? I heard that you were sick, so you could not attend my last class.
Yes, please.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we are going to our class today. You can see the board.
Yes, yes, please.
So today we are going to do Unit 1, Lesson 2. And we know that this is our revision class and the class is on Nelson Mandela. Okay.
Mandela.
Right. So before going to the text, I want to give you a brief about Nelson Mandela. Who is he? Do you know? Don't read the board. Okay, how much you know about him or how much you can remember about my previous class? Okay, can you?
He was an apartheid fighter.
Yes. What is the meaning of apartheid fighter?
White government over the black people.
Oh, white government over the black people. Very good. Okay, so where?
জর্জ ফ্লোয়ডকে মারলো না মিস এরপর থেকে তো রেসিজম নিয়ে শুরু হলো
But it's not white government over the black people, because in America we see that most of the people are white there, but in Africa, okay, we know that there most of the people are black there, and the white government who was there during Nelson Mandela's time, okay, they were minor. I mean, they were less in number, so it was minority rule over the number of major people. Okay, more black people were there, okay, in number, and over those people the white people were dominating. They were dominating, they were not giving their rights to them. Okay, as human being, the rights which we have, or as a citizen of a nation, the rights we have to have, I mean the people of Africa, they had to have, okay, they were not getting their rights. They were deprived of their rights by their white government. And Nelson Mandela, who was the leader of an African political party, the name of his political party, I have written here, if you can see, political party ANC, that is African National Congress. Can you see the board?
Yes, ma'am.
He was the leader of ANC, and with the people of ANC, he was fighting against the people of against the white minority rule. Okay, and Nelson Mandela. So I'm going to short brief. That is Nelson Mandela. His name is the full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Okay. So if we go to his lifespan, we can see 18 July 1988 to 5 December 2013. Okay, so in 2013, 5 December, Nelson Mandela died at the age of 95. And I want to give you an information that 18 July is called the Nelson Mandela Day in Africa. Okay, as Nelson Mandela got birth in 18 July 1918, and he freed the people of Africa from the white minority rule. Okay, for that reason, remembering him, giving him honor, 18 July is considered at the as the Nelson Mandela Day in Africa. Okay, So his clan name is Madiba. And political party, I told you. And then we know that Nelson Mandela got Nobel Peace Prize. Do you know it? Can you remember? And it was in 1993. 1993 he got Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, and we know about Nobel Prize, all of us, so I'm not going to the details of Nobel Prize. And at last he freed Africa and he became the president of Africa in 1994. Okay, so now we are going to the text. Please open your book, textbook. And we know that the text is very big. For that reason, I have divided my class into 2 sections. Half of the passage we will do today, and in the next class we will do the another half. Okay, so at the beginning of the passage you can see that there is written Reuters, R-E-U-T-E-R-S. Can you see Reuters?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the
Yes,
meaning of Reuters? Can you remember what is the meaning of Reuters?
International news.
International news agency, right? Reuters is an international news agency. Yes, this news agency had published a writing on Nelson Mandela, and it was in 2013-15 December. And from that writing, this passage is extracted. Okay, so I'm starting from the beginning. Johannesburg.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Reuters এর meaning টা একটু আরেকবার বলেন।
Reuters is a news agency. Reuters is an international news agency. Why it is international? Reuters is not giving the news only from one country. Okay, they are collecting the informations, the news from all over the world. Okay, collecting the news, and they are publishing different types of news. They are publishing. This is a famous international news agency, Reuters. Okay, basically Reuters, you know, Reuters is the name of the founder of Reuters. As like Cyphers, you know, Cyphers, there is a coaching, and the name of that coaching center is Cyphers. Like that way, Reuters made the news agency, and that news agency's name became Reuters. Okay. Now, is it clear, Hashi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation. So, what did Nelson Mandela do? Nelson Mandela guided South Africa. Nelson Mandela showed a way, showed a path to the people of South Africa from the shackles of apartheid. So he guided them to come out from the barrier, from the shackles. In Bangla, this is called shikol. Okay, so from that shackles, the chain to a multiracial democracy. Multiracial democracy means bohu jatik gonotantra. Okay, to a multiracial democracy. And as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. So icon means symbol. Okay, he was an icon of peace and reconciliation. সে একটা শান্তির সিম্বল হিসাবে ছিল এবং reconciliation, negotiation, okay, সে একটা মীমাংসা করেছিল, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. So he tried to establish peace, he tried to establish justice all over the world. He tried basically to establish justice in his country, but it did not remain in a boundary. Okay, he became the icon before all the people of the world. imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. Okay, from the first 3 sentences, first para, you will underline the word multiracial. Please, in your book, underline the word multiracial, then icon for multiple choice question. For multiple choice question, question number 1A, you need to know the meaning of these words. Multiracial, icon, reconciliation, embody. Then did you underline? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white minority rule, Mandela never lost his resolve to fight for his people's emancipation. So he was imprisoned nearly 3 decades. So what is the meaning of decades? Saima?
10 years.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Decades means 10 years. So
10 years.
as it is, they are saying that nearly, that means it was not fully 30 years, but nearly. Basically, it was 27 years. He was imprisoned for 27 years. Okay, so so he was imprisoned 27 years and he was fighting against white minority rule. So as I said before, that white people were minor, less in number in Africa. But Mandela, though he was in prison, but he never lost his resolve. Okay, what is resolve? This is, you can say it's his সংকল্প, right? আশা, সে তার কখনোই তার আশা হারিয়ে ফেলেনি, to fight for his people's emancipation. So তার জনগণের জন্য, তাদের মুক্তির জন্য সে কখনোই আশা হারিয়ে ফেলেনি. He was determined to bring down apartheid while avoiding a civil war. So he was determined. Okay, দৃঢ় সংকল্পবদ্ধ ছিল সে, to bring down apartheid, এই হোয়াইট মাইনরিটি রুলকে পরাজিত করার জন্য সে দৃঢ় সংকল্পবদ্ধ ছিল. And another most important point, he never wanted civil war, okay, in his country. So he was fighting peacefully. He was fighting, here we know that he was fighting, but is this fight with guns and weapons?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, peacefully he was fighting. He was raising his voice. His prestige and charisma. Prestige means respect. Okay, his prestige and charisma helped him win the support of the world. What is charisma? Eta ki Indian naika Karishma Kapoor?
No, ma'am.
But this charisma comes from the Hindi word charisma. You know charisma? Lot of you know Hindi, I know. Okay, this charisma came in English from Hindi word charisma. Okay.
কি বুঝায়?
Excuse me.
মিনিংটা কি?
His prestige and charisma helped him. Excuse me. Hi, can you listen?
Yes, ma'am.
আচ্ছা, তার সম্মান এবং তার যে এটা একটা দক্ষতা, তার একটা নৈপুণ্যতা, হ্যাঁ, সামথিং অ্যামেজিং, ওকে, হেল্পড হিম উইন দ্য সাপোর্ট অফ দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড। সে এমন ভাবে যুদ্ধটা করেছিল, মানে অস্ত্র নিয়ে না, শান্তিপূর্ণ ভাবে, যেটা কি করেছিল, এবং বছরের পর বছর ধরে সে যে সংকল্পবদ্ধ ছিল, ওকে, for that reason he could win the support of the world. All the people all over the world in different countries, from different countries, other people of other countries, other nations, they were also supporting Nelson Mandela. Okay, then we are going to the next page. So in the next passage you can see the next passage is in inverted comma. So why do we put inverted comma? When we write the speech of someone directly. Okay, so these sentences are from Nelson Mandela. So what is he saying here? I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestation. So she intensely, please underline the word intensely. Intensely, underline, Prapcho.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and discrimination, manifestations. So he told that he hates all types of racial discrimination. So from here we could know that the racial discrimination is between black and the white. Okay, so what other types of racial discrimination you can remember? Can anyone tell me? Any reference? Racial discrimination. Race is only black and white.
রিলিজিয়ন নিয়েও তো হয়, ধর্ম নিয়েও তো
Religious.
হয়।
Right. For example,
হিন্দু মুসলিম একজন আরেকজনকে মেরে ফেলে যে না আমরা মুসলিম থাকতে দিব না, আরেকজন বলে যে না আমরা হিন্দু থাকতে দিব না।
yes, we can see the Rohingya people, okay? Rohingya people, there was a racial fight, right? For the
Yes,
racial discrimination, they had to fly away from their country, isn't it?
Yes.
So here we can again see the racial discrimination. Racial discrimination can be between the rich and the poor, can be between one nation to another, okay? One country to another. Two countries are fighting for what? This is also racial discrimination. So all types of racial discrimination Mandela hated. Again, he's saying, I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. So in his past days, he fought for it. In present situation, he was fighting and he wanted to fight. Yes, Hashi?
In future he will.
Yes, in future, he want to, even at the end of his life. Okay, Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South Africa's first black president in 1994. So at last, Mandela became the president of South Africa in 1994, and he gave an acceptance speech for his nation. In that speech, he said it. The time for the healing of the wounds has come. So underline the word wounds and healing. Okay?
Okay.
So wounds means? Wounds means?
কত অবস্থা
তো মানে মারা পড়ে যে ঘা হয় যে ওটা না?
হ্যাঁ, ক্ষতবিক্ষত, হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু এখানে
ক্ষত
ওনার ক্ষতবিক্ষত আসলে কিভাবে হয়েছিল? The black people were wounded. Okay, how? Not getting their right. Okay, symbolically he is saying here wounds. Okay, so he is telling that this is the time now to heal the wounds. As he has become the president of South Africa, he was telling that I am here standing before you. I want to heal. I want to heal the wounds. The moment to bridge the chasms that divide us has come. So chasms means কি? তাদের মধ্যে যে ফাটল তৈরি হয়েছিল, যে দূরত্ব তৈরি হয়েছিল, দূরত্ব কাদের মধ্যে তৈরি হয়েছিল? ব্ল্যাক পিপল এবং হোয়াইট পিপলদের মধ্যে।
হোয়াইট পিপল,
রাইট। তো এখন সে বলছে এখন সেই সময়টা এসেছে যখন আমরা এই ব্ল্যাক পিপল এবং হোয়াইট পিপলদের মধ্যে যে অনেক বড় একটা দূরত্ব তৈরি হয়েছে তার মধ্যে আমরা একটা সেতু তৈরি করব, ঠিক আছে, একটা রিলেশনশিপ তৈরি করব। উই হ্যাভ অ্যাট লাস্ট অ্যাচিভড আওয়ার পলিটিক্যাল ইমানসিপেশন। অবশেষে আমরা কি পেয়েছি? অবশেষে আমরা আমাদের রাজনৈতিক মুক্তি পেয়েছি। ওকে, সো in 1993, Mandela was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor he shared with F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader who had freed him from prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. So in 1993, Mandela got Nobel Peace Prize, not during his presidential time, okay, before being the president of South Africa, he got Nobel Peace Prize. And an honor he shared. This Nobel Peace Prize, he did not get alone. He shared this Peace Prize with F.W. de Klerk. Who was F.W. de Klerk? F.W. de Klerk is
He was American,
yes,
the white African leader.
so he was African leader, but he was white. And he freed Nelson Mandela. He helped to free Nelson Mandela to come out from the prison before 3 years. So আরো 3 বছর তার জেলের মধ্যে থাকার কথা ছিল, but he helped Nelson Mandela to come out and negotiated the end of apartheid. এবং অবশেষে তারা এই apartheid গভর্নমেন্ট বর্ণ বৈষম্যবাদী এই সরকারকে থেকে মানে সরকারের একটা শেষ করতে, তাদেরকে পরাজিত করতে তারা সক্ষম হয়েছিল। Mandela went on to play a prominent role on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity. In the face of challenges ranging from political repression to AIDS. So Mandela কি করেছিল? Prominent means, can you tell me the meaning of prominent? Please underline the word prominent.
ম্যাম ভুলে গেছি।
Important. হ্যাঁ, important তোমরা পাশে লিখে রাখো। Prominent হচ্ছে important. ওকে, আচ্ছা। So Mandela একটা important role play করেছিল on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity. All the people have their rights, okay, they have their honor, their dignity, and he wanted to establish it. Okay, this honor doesn't depend on the color of the people. The honor doesn't depend on the nationality of people. This honor doesn't depend on the religion of the people. He wanted to say that all the people as a human being, they have their basic rights. All the people, they have their own dignity as a human being. He wanted to establish it. He did work for it. Okay, and in the face of challenges ranging from political repression to AIDS. So as it was apartheid government in South Africa at that time, okay, the white people were depriving them from the rights. So it can easily be understood that in that country, everywhere was in disorder. তাই না, বিশৃঙ্খলা ছিল সেখানে, কিন্তু ওই জাতির মধ্যে শান্তি ছিল না, অশান্তি ছিল, তাই না? সো সে বলতে চেয়েছে যে এখানে বলতে চেয়েছে যে ম্যান্ডেলা আসলে এমন একটা সিচুয়েশনে, এমন একটা অবস্থা, এমন একটা সমাজের প্রেসিডেন্ট হিসেবে ওই সময় এসেছিল যে সেখানে সবখানে ছিল বিশৃঙ্খলা, even political repression to AIDS. We know that Africa was suffering from AIDS. Many people of Africa were suffering from AIDS. So প্রত্যেকটা জায়গায় এই যে সিচুয়েশন গুলা ম্যান্ডেলার সামনে এসেছিল, ম্যান্ডেলা had to handle to re-establish a country. ঠিক আছে, আবার সুন্দর করে ঢেলে সাজানোর জন্য তার দেশকে, তার জন্য এটা এসেছিল একটা চ্যালেঞ্জ হিসাবে ম্যান্ডেলার সামনে। ওকে, so up to this our class, and the next part we will do in our next class. Okay, so what you will do, the underlined words, you will learn the meaning of the underlined words from here.
Okay.
অবশ্যই
Yes.
the meaning, you must learn the underlined meaning of the words, and then from the next part, in the next class, I will give you some more words, and after finishing the passage, I will give you the questions for question number A, B of A. Okay, question answer এর জন্য যে 5 questions, I will give you some more important questions from here. Actually, Nelson Mandela comes for question number A. 1. Okay, for multiple choice question and question answer. And sometimes you can get it for flowchart or information table even. Okay, it's important for information table, flowchart, rearrange. For
Yes, ma'am.
all these questions Nelson Mandela, this unit 1, lesson 2 is important. Okay, so I think Saima is not getting the connection. She has poor net connection for that reason.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not getting Saima here. Whatever. So, do you have any question, Hashi, Pracho?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear to you, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, thank you very much. So, we'll see you in the next class, inshallah.
Inshallah, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz.